For decades, if you wanted to build a robot, you had to start from absolute zero. Engineers were forced to write proprietary, highly specific code for every individual machine, creating rigid software that couldn't easily be updated or shared. Because the software was so inflexible, the machines themselves were trapped. They were locked inside heavy steel cages, forced to perform the exact same repetitive welding or assembly motions, completely cut off from the dynamic human world. But the world outside those cages was growing more complicated. Aging workforces, severe supply chain bottlenecks, and the urgent need to grow food more sustainably all created a massive demand for machines that could adapt to changing environments. We had the mechanical hardware to address these crises. What we lacked was a universal software ecosystem to actually control it. That bottleneck broke with the introduction of the Robot Operating System, or ROS. And as the latest findings from Royal Research detail, this open-source framework provided the solution to the robotic software crisis. ROS acts as a shared, flexible infrastructure. Instead of writing isolated code for every model, developers can use a universal language that allows completely different types of hardware to process data through a unified central node. Engineers could finally stop reinventing the wheel for every new project. They could pull pre-built code libraries and focus entirely on adapting their machines for practical work. By standardizing how robots process commands, ROS provided the bridge for automation to move out of the factory and operate in completely unpredictable outdoor environments. The clearest place to see this in action is where robotics first began, the modern manufacturing facility. ROS provides the integration tools that let automated guided vehicles, the flat-wheeled robots moving materials, sync up perfectly with heavy robotic arms across an entire production line, significantly reducing downtime. It also enabled the rise of collaborative robots, or cobots. Because ROS processes sensor data in real time, these machines can safely share physical space with human operators, immediately halting their motion to prevent accidents. Manufacturers even use ROS-based algorithms to read sensor data and predict mechanical failures weeks before a part breaks, minimizing costly emergency repairs. The isolated, highly dangerous assembly line has become a fully synchronized, proactive, and safe workforce. From the factory floor, this framework moves into an environment with zero margin for error, the human body. ROS is the architecture powering modern surgical robotics. It gives doctors the extreme precision required to execute delicate, minimally invasive procedures, leading to much faster recovery times for patients. Because the software can reliably transmit complex control data over networks, specialists can perform these operations remotely, providing high-level surgical care to patients thousands of miles away. This sensitivity extends into physical rehabilitation. ROS powers smart prosthetics and motorized exoskeletons that actively read user intent and physically adapt their support to match individual mobility needs. Through precise algorithms, automation bridges the gap between cold mechanical hardware and delicate biological systems, delivering highly personalized medical care. To push the framework to its absolute limits, we have to move out into sprawling agriculture and chaotic urban mobility. In modern farming, ROS tools process complex path planning data, allowing autonomous tractors to navigate miles of uneven fields, plowing and harvesting crops without human intervention. High above the soil, aerial drones use this same operating system to interpret data from multispectral cameras, monitoring large-scale crop health and detecting agricultural diseases early. Looking at this top-down intersection map, we see the highest level of environmental complexity, an active city street. Self-driving vehicles rely on ROS to integrate massive arrays of sensor data, actively mapping out their surroundings. The framework actively categorizes dynamic, unpredictable obstacles, like crossing pedestrians or erratic drivers, calculating split-second avoidance decisions to keep passengers safe. The real-time processing capabilities of ROS take the sheer chaos of the natural and urban world and turn it into structured, safely navigable data. The rapid adaptation we're seeing across all these fields is driven by the underlying economic model of ROS itself, open-source accessibility. Small startups and independent businesses no longer need massive capital to write foundational programming. They can pull existing tools and immediately begin building customized solutions. This creates a powerful multiplier effect. A breakthrough in navigation algorithms developed for a self-driving car can be pulled from a public library and instantly applied to an agricultural drone, upgrading its capabilities overnight. By democratizing access to complex software, developers have bypassed the high costs of closed corporate ecosystems, allowing specialized tools to reach the market in months rather than years. In just a few decades, automation has evolved from rigid, caged machines performing single tasks into highly adaptable systems driving our tractors and assisting in our hospitals. This technology creates a foundation for intelligent collaboration, where machines handle precision and repetition, while humans manage high-level oversight. With mounting logistical bottlenecks and complex healthcare needs across the globe, bringing these sophisticated automated systems online is a practical necessity. ROS serves as the invisible digital architecture that finally allows these machines to safely, effectively, and intelligently share the world with us.